My Lady Rose, won't you come out tonight? Wanna see you sparkle beneath that prairie moonlight. Wanna take you dancing so we can hold each other tight. I love you so, my Lady Rose, my Lady Rose, sweetest flower heaven knows, little prairie. Hi folks, I'm Jess Lee, and I'd like to invite you to my Teepee Talks and Teepee Sessions. Come on, let's have some fun. Welcome everybody to Teepee Talks and Teepee Sessions, and I'm going to have a special guest here for you. The theme of the show I wanted to think was tell my own story first before I introduce you to Wes. And but first of all, I'd like to do a little song for you here, and it's called Midnight Eagle in honor of my eagle, or my eagle totem here behind me, and a golden eagle that we saw here yesterday too on July 4th. So here's a song. I never knew I could fall in love so easy. I never knew I could feel so high. There's a midnight eagle flying tonight above love's canyon. He's flying so high nobody tries to bring him down. There's a midnight eagle flying tonight above love's canyon. The eagle's in love. The eagle's in love. I never knew I could feel so much magic up with the wind beneath a star blue sky. Just you and me touching wings. There's a midnight eagle flying tonight above love's canyon. And he's flying so high nobody tries to bring him down. There's a midnight eagle flying tonight above love's canyon. The eagle's in love. The eagle's in love. Midnight Eagle. Hope you enjoyed that. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story here so I can kind of lead into Wes here. But I was about 13 years old and we were living up in the Peace River country. And I think it was about, that was about 1965, 66. Anyways, and I had joined Air Cadets, and the Air Cadet Master was coming to pick us up because it was quite rural back in those days. We were about 50 miles away from Fairview, where they had the cadets, thing going on for us kids and stuff like that. So he had a big station wagon, and there must have been about 9 of us in the inside of the thing, and I had a window on the left-hand side, and it's probably about an hour drive anyways, and I was just looking out the window, and I saw this light. It was the strangest thing because it looked like a star, but it was zipping around. It was like Z's, like from here to here, and just like fast, and then it would shoot over here. And I asked, some of the other boys, I said, hey guys, look at this. And the scoutmaster, he pulled over, and we all got out and looked at it, and he didn't know what it was. He said, that's the strangest thing I've ever seen. So that was my first experience with a UFO. I just wanted to share that with you. Welcome back, friends. Here I am with my special guest, Mr. Wes Wilson. And how are you doing today, Wes?
I'm excellent, my friend, and you?
Oh, I'm having a great day after yesterday when I saw the golden dragonfly and the golden eagle. That was absolutely wonderful. Meant for a lot of things.
Yes, it was
Yeah,
beautiful.
it was a powerful
Yes.
day. This, but I wanted to ask you, when was the first time you actually saw a UFO or a ship, or how old were you, and what? How did it affect you?
When I was a young lad on the farm, I was always know it was different. I was always looking skyward to see what's going on. Like, where do I belong?
Yeah,
So I was about 5 years old. I had an incident where I was visited in my bed, of all places, in the home, and it was kind of scary at the same time. I understood deep within that I'm not the only one on this earth.
yeah,
There are others.
yeah.
And they were talking to me, and they were small, they kind of gray, little grays. Yes,
Like little Spud, maybe.
like little spot. There you go. Yes,
That's my
but
mascot.
gray. So they weren't harmful, but
Yeah.
they had a message, and it was like, you have a purpose. You are here on this earth, and you are to do a great many things. So throughout the years, I have seen many ships, and I know I travel. I do know that. I
Yeah.
travel back and forth. Sometimes I don't talk about it because it's just something.
Well, people
we
don't
keep in.
understand.
They're not prepared.
What are you, nuts or something? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I know for
yeah.
sure.
And instead of being ridiculed, you keep it inside and you go, oh, it's all right. When the timing's right, as now on our earth,
Yeah.
it's time to discuss this and let people understand they're not alone. We are never alone. We have
Yeah.
great help.
They've been with us for a long, long time. That's for sure.
Yes. And I do not fear them ever. There's no need to. They're not harmful. They care about us, and that's good.
Well, the indigenous people, the folks that I've talked to, they're very familiar with it.
Yes.
But it's the same thing too. You can't really talk about these things because people just don't accept them. They don't understand them. There's been too many horror, movies and bad aliens.
Yeah.
Caused a lot of fear. So I think people have this inherent fear for the past 40, 50 years in them, like them old shows and stuff like that. Boy, pretty scary stuff, So, but hey, listen, I know that there's benevolent aliens and there's malevolent aliens,
Yeah.
and it's something that the world is just going to have to accept.
Yes. Society is waking up rapidly.
Yeah, that's what I think too, Wes.
And many are scared. Okay. But once you're over that fear, you have to understand, and it be for the highest good, to accept that what you were taught is not right.
Yeah.
Okay, in being polite terms. So you go, all right, I'm an adult. I can handle this. Yes, they're here, they're there. I've seen them. And it's like your mind, you get it, but you don't recognize it. Now you're being forced, really,
Yeah.
to recognize your brothers and sisters, others that are here to assist.
Yeah.
Because we are highly evolved.
Yeah.
This is no joke, right?
It sure isn't, like the stories. I think it was 2012 when we had the family reunion there, and my brother came over from overseas, and he had a question for our mother, and he said, "Well, Mom, have you told Jess yet about your experience? As a young girl, like with the aliens?" And she said, "No, I haven't yet, but I'm going to right now." So we sat down around the fire, and then she told this incredible story how she was taken aboard a ship, and she said they were the tall grays,
Yes,
or the
yeah.
tall ones that looked like, but they were very tall, maybe 6.5, 7 feet or something like this, But they didn't mean her any harm. And my mom was pregnant with my brother at the time. And so she said they did something down there. There was a needle and a long tube and they stuck it inside of her,
Yeah.
and through the vagina,
Yeah.
and hit the fetus, which was my brother, So and she told me this story, and she said they had big eyes and they were looking up, but they didn't talk with their voices. They talked with in the mind, and she could hear them, and
Yeah.
and they said everything's going to be all right, Lorraine, and everything else like this. Everything's fine, and we just got a little bit more, and then we're done. And then she woke up, like in bed again, and she's had a few other experiences, since.
Yeah.
But that was quite a story, for my mom. She was holding it in for all those years. And I asked her, why? How come you never told anyone? She said, well, who would believe me?
Exactly.
Who
Yeah.
would believe me,
Yes.
She said I was a young Métis girl, 14, 15 years old, and she said they would have carried me off to the nut house or something, had I told them something like that. So she never said anything up until 2012. That's a long, long time,
Yes,
so
to keep it inside.
to keep it inside, yeah. But my mom,
Yeah.
and she's just as honest as the day's
Beautiful
born,
lady.
yeah. And so I know everything that that she said. It was true, It was true for her. And then when I heard it, I went, "Wow, that's an incredible story, Mom."
Yeah.
And so I know they're here, and they've been interacting with human beings for a long, long time.
Hundreds
Yeah.
of years. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a message, and is we are here to assist. Yet humanity has said, on the whole, we will take care of this problem on this earth ourselves. And if we need bigger guns, no disrespect, they'll step in, and they have at times.
Yeah.
But humanity is getting rid of the parasites and problems on this earth.
The malevolent beings that have been running the show for a long time.
Yeah, it's time to wake them up.
Yeah.
You got to go. You're taking
Yeah.
up couch space, so to speak.
Yeah.
Off you go. So history isn't what they were told or taught, and I know from experience in school, it's like, what a waste of time. I know this isn't real, right?
Yeah.
Let's go play. But no, you had to sit there and listen to it. So a lot of teachers and I butted heads, fair enough. But you know what? I see them once in a while, but I'm not the enemy, right? So people just settle down, ground, just like a tree.
Grounding is very important.
And absorb it and just kick it out. Like pull the pin on the mule train you're dragging, because it's not yours.
Yeah.
Let it go and start fresh with a little baggage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Be the love that we are, because we are love.
We are love, 100% love. So Wes, I have to ask you this, is what do you think, I mean, like, I know there's many names, there's pleiadians and Arcturians, and you could probably name some more, I mean, that you're aware of.
So there's the oldest race, which is the Drakh race. You cannot finish them off. They are strong. They are the original created.
Wow.
And they are not they are dragon, which is dragon.
Right.
But they're not reptilian like you would see the dinosaurs. That's
right.
a whole different race.
Race, yeah.
The reptilian race is actually controlling, has brought in the AI.
Yeah.
And they eat everything. Just like you would eat a bag of chips and then a bowl of soup or whatever. They eat everything. So they're not discriminated that way.
Yeah.
They aren't the nicest things ever, but they will change, because they won't have but more than a few left by the time we're done.
Right. I see,
And the Syrians, another stars, and you have the Lakota, Nakota, Dakota, are all star children in that family.
Yes.
The Antids or Mantids are another, I'm not being disrespectful, bug-like or insect-like people.
Yeah.
They are here. Many have their own agendas, like today we're going to build a fence, tomorrow we're going to wipe out humanity, and the next thing it's the cosmos. Well, okay, I'm not ready, and I'm packing a lunch, right? So if people understand that we're not the only ones here, but we are here for a purpose. Everyone's experiencing, learning, growing, becoming more of them true selves.
And they're just like us. When you look at human beings, look how different we look. But we're all human beings.
Yes.
We're all different colors, shapes, sizes.
Yes.
Completely. So I think that would be the same as the alien races.
Yeah. There's different colors or flavors.
Some that look like us.
Yeah. And
some
are
don't. Yeah.
completely different, yet they are a living being that is in this cosmos, experienced their lives or however.
Yep. Created by the Creator.
Yeah. There's too much war that we've chased them here.
Yeah.
This is the end of it. No more abuse of humanity. So the planetary alignments coming together. That's the Drakh family, Mother Earth and the moon, the sun, the spirit side.
Yeah.
You will be able to, in the future of, which is just a blink in time, or say 200 years, you'll be able to talk to your guides like my friend and I are talking here.
Yeah.
And you can discuss problems you're having or ways to be better. Because we are wisdom. We are teachers.
And the guides, I mean, I can say this from experience. One of the first times I was just driving along, and I was doing some stinking thinking, and I knew I was, but I was peed off, and a voice came inside my head from all around, and it said, "Think small, and you will disappear."
Yes. Yeah.
And it snapped me right out of what I was thinking about, and I
Yes.
put my thoughts on a much higher,
Yeah, so you get squashed like a bug.
a
Right?
higher thoughts. Yeah, so I know they're around, and I've had that happen to me like a few times. Like little guides and voices. My mom was telling me one time when I think she got married. It was her third or fourth marriage, but a voice came in her head and said to her, "Lorraine, haven't you had enough?" And she said, I listened to it. She said, "And that's it. I've
Change the path.
changed the path,
yeah.
and that's it." But I mean, like these voices and these guides, they are here.
Yes.
But I mean, and I'm not talking about because we don't do drugs. We don't go nuts and to allow this like holes in the ore where they can actually attach to your etheric body and
Yes.
come in and start screwing with you that's not what I'm talking about. It's not like a possession type thing. These are very benevolent guides, and you can tell by their voices. Just they're so
It's loving.
it's loving. You feel it. Yes.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
for sure. So you
Yeah.
feel good about that. But I mean, so that's I just want to thank you, for coming by, and I'm sure we've got lots of things to do here down the road this summer,
Oh, yeah.
and this is the big time. Like I wish my dad was here because he would have loved to see all this changes going on in the world right now, and
But he's part of the change.
he
From
is
the other
part
side.
from the other side. That's right.
Just because your loved ones have left, they're not left. They're like right here.
Yeah.
And they see you, and if you focus, you can see them.
Yeah, you can feel them. I know
And-
that for sure.
I know my dad guides me from the distance, but it's
Yeah.
okay. He laughs a lot about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
He says, "You go." And that's cool, right?
Yeah,
You
it is cool. Yeah.
Instead of, "Hey, what are you doing that for?" No, just go forth. I am the strongest one in the family that I ever came into. But I am singular because they can't take it. And I'm no disrespect to anyone.
Yeah.
If you're not strong enough, no disrespect, you'll go where you need to go, but you're not forgotten
Yeah.
because others come along and help you, right?
Exactly.
I know where we are. We are up here doing this because we said we would.
Yeah. Oh no,
It's
we agreed
okay.
to this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
and
not a
and it's
contract.
time.
Yeah.
It's time right now. But I don't mean any disrespect to whatever race this actually is or patterned off of. But I stuck a little matey sash in it because I believe we're all mixed blood.
Yep.
We're all mixed blood. I mean, the aliens. We're all in this beautiful game of life together, so look after each other. Take care of each other and
Be loving.
be loving
Stop
and be
killing and
kind.
shooting,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But thanks once again, my friend.
You're
It was
welcome.
wonderful.
my friend.
Yeah,
Many blessings.
yeah. Well, there you go, folks. Another episode of Teepee Talks. I hope you enjoyed it. Welcome, friends, to Teepee Talks. I asked my good buddy Wes Wilson to hang around because the last portion we did, there was a lot of questions that I still had, and it's such a exciting time that we're living in here right now, Wes. I recall Conversations with God. It's a fantastic trilogy. I read book 1, 2, and 3, but in 3, Neil Donald Walsh asked God about aliens. What about the aliens? And God called them highly evolved beings. And he said, well, go look in the mirror because if you want to see an alien, because you're not from here either.
Yes.
I thought that was it.
Yeah. We are part of them. The
Yes.
families, the oldest families that have been here for eons of time. A human can't count that high, really. It's too vast.
Yeah.
We are the aliens here because we were created here
By these star races.
by the star, yes, to create a new form of human. They're called human,
Yeah.
a new race, an experiment.
And it's interesting because the word hue is the secret name for God, according to the Ekankar religion.
A God being.
Human, God, man.
There you go.
And I thought that was very interesting. And,
Yeah. It's cool. It is. Once you understand who you are, where you are, what your purpose is, it makes it easier to exist.
And that's a tough thing in itself, because I've been
huge.
I've lived 67 years on this earth now, and I'm just beginning to understand that we are as vast as the cosmos.
And small as the universe, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And many think, oh, it's just me. No, it's not just you. There are others. If you take a moment, you go, oh, you're right, there is others.
And there's so much that we don't know.
Oh,
Vast. It just blows me away every time I find a little piece of information here, and I think I've got, okay, well, I can work with this. Something else comes along and blows that out. Like, it's a constant shifting and changing of energies and frequencies, and it's you have to stay in it. You have to stay grounded. It's very important.
Yes.
Otherwise, you won't grasp these things.
You'll get run over.
You'll get run over. It's like, whoa, too much.
Yeah, and a lot of people now are overloaded because they don't have an outlet, or perhaps aren't allowing the outlet, so they can drop it, shift to the next. Take a moment in your time, people, and just go, yeah, I need to digest this. Discernment, discrimination.
Yeah.
Is that really the right information?
Yeah.
Well, I don't need it then, right? But it might be right for someone else.
Yeah.
They have guides that come along. When you're ready for the information, that one will come along.
Right.
As others shift ahead.
Well, that's why I asked you to stay over, because we're not trying to convince anybody that there are aliens. I mean, we're only speaking from ourselves. I'm not speaking from our own experiences, and and I bet you, if we put out a call to other people to share their stories about aliens, I bet you we'd be flooded with wonderful stories, or maybe not so wonderful stories, because there are malevolent and there are benevolent, which is the majority, which are helping us Earth make this huge change into the fifth dimension, which is where we're going.
And there are those that have made errors with humanity, and they have harmed. At the same time, they do know that we need to correct that error, misjudgment on both sides to better improve all. So as the whole conscious rises, everything has to change.
Yeah.
You can't put a roof on a house that's falling apart. So you need to build from the floor up.
We're one cosmic connected family.
Yes.
And even they had to evolve. The Pleiadians, I remember reading a wonderful, discourse on how the Pleiadians were in our same, or a similar, evolving thing, and so they're here to help us, because they've already been through this.
Yeah.
So they're here to help.
Yes.
As far that's what I'm getting in my heart.
Yep. It says our future selves have come back to assist us, so that they will exist.
Yeah.
Because without that, nothing exists. It's poof.
Can you imagine a world where there's no pain?
Oh, yeah.
There's no sorrow, there's no killing, there's
where
no
we come
starvation,
from. Yes.
there's no cruelty to animals or plants, and ripping up the earth, and the mining that is being done, and the taking off the mountains, just for gold and silver. I mean, there has to be a better way, and I've heard there is a better way, but they haven't been allowed to implement these things. So we ease up on Mother Earth. We lay off the destruction, and they're here to help us, because this is our planet. This is where we all come from.
This is our home.
This is our home here while we're here.
Yeah.
Exactly. So look after our home, because then we look after ourselves. Everyone looks after each other. I mean, that's what it might sound like it's a utopian, dream, but that's the dream that I'm staying with, because it feels good to me.
It's better than the abuse that's happening.
Oh man, I tell you,
now.
Wow.
They're everywhere, scattered, and they don't think about the consequences of the action.
Yeah.
You hurt someone, how do you feel? You're hurting yourself.
Yeah.
And the little ones. Our role is to look after ourselves and our family.
Yeah.
It's everybody else's role to look after themselves and their family.
Yeah. But we're all family. So when you help someone else, you're actually helping yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is only one of us, the one and the many in the one.
Yes, there you go.
We're all here together.
Yes.
Playing this beautiful game of life. I'm excited about it. I mean, I can hardly wait to meet interact, with these beings. That's I'm excited about it. This is
And
what
you
I really
will.
want to do. Yeah,
You will.
yeah.
You will sit here just like you and I, conversing over many things to assist us.
Well, look what we can share of the human culture. There's so many beautiful cultures out there,
Yeah.
but we can share our music and our dance and
Vibration. Yeah.
all over the universe. And I think this is what's available to us once we get over this hump here and start
To wake up.
realizing,
Yeah.
it's waking
Stop
up,
wrecking stuff that isn't yours.
remembering who you are.
Yes.
Just
very good.
remembering who you are. Because
Yes.
I remember, sometimes I go, hey, man, I had a lifetime here, because why would I have that dream? And I asked many times, Creator, please show me what I've been, and I went through every animal.
Yep.
It was amazing. I went to the wolf, the eagle, the buffalo, squirrels, lynx, weasels, martens, muskrats, fish. I went through each one of them on my journey, because I asked for it and I got it, and I went, wow, I'm everything, or I have been everything.
You chose that path, right? Others choose a different path.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I
They're
was
not as
terrified,
strong.
like everybody else is terrified of the alien presence,
yeah.
because they've been brainwashed by Hollywood and
Yeah.
and these places making them out that they're evil, and you can't trust them. So
Marvin the Martian is a good example. Take me to your leader with his little pea shooter.
yeah,
I mean, it's funny, but it really isn't. It's serious.
yeah, it is.
They're not here to hurt us
Yeah, well,
anymore.
I think we've made that clear in our point here, because there are many, benevolent races that are here, and they're very highly evolved beings. They call them Hebs.
Yep.
Which I like that name,
Yep.
rather stating draconian or reptilian or
It's just a
pleiadian.
name. Yeah.
It's just a name. They're highly evolved beings, and they're a part of our family, and we're waking up to that point.
Yeah, we welcome them.
We welcome
Come
them.
have
Yeah.
a tea and biscuit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. So there's a bit more, with us, with Wes. And Wes, my friend, thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
I love when you come
Thank
by,
you.
man, and talk. We talk.
Yeah,
We always have a
good
good
visit.
time. So I hope you enjoyed the show, folks. And don't worry. Don't worry. Spud's here. He's our little protector.
There you go.
Jeannie put some eyes on him. Isn't that nice? Hope you enjoyed the show, folks. We'll see you again. Hey, folks. In closing here, I wanted to include a little story here, just to because I wanted to share it. I was with my son. We were going to visit my younger brother in Toronto, and I was with my son Pat, and we were driving back through Ontario. We got to the Manitoba border through. I think Pat woke me up to drive, and I got to Moosomin anyways, to Saskatchewan, right on the border type thing, and they have all these big, huge wind generators off to the side, but I had to go pee, so I just pulled over off the Trans-Canada Highway there, and I went out in front of the car off to the side. My son was out in the back. And while I was having a pee, my son goes, hey, Dad, turn around and check this out. And I did, and I turned around, and I saw this sphere. It was orangish, reddish, yellowish. It was kind of changing colors, but it was a perfectly round sphere. And it was coming out of the ground. And then another one came out of the ground, and we're watching this. So we were just kind of like speechless. We went, what the heck is this? It was amazing. And they just kept going up and up and up and up. And then they went over towards the south, right across the highway there. And they were all in formation. It was really quite something. We counted, I think there was 18 spheres. By the end, it was all done. One went back, and it was interesting to watch it. It went down, back underground, and then it came up with another sphere, and then it joined formation, and they moved off to, I guess we're really close to the United States border there. So we watched them move off, and the whole time we were, watching this stuff, I didn't have my camera because I lost my phone in Toronto. And so I was, so, disappointed in myself for not, for missing this incredible opportunity to film these things. But the highway was just packed, and it was just cars whipping both ends down the Trans-Canada, both directions. and nobody stopped. And it was as clear as a bell. You could see them. I mean, and I didn't understand why nobody was stopping and getting out of their cars and pointing and going, what is that, but no one did. So maybe I'm thinking it was just meant for Pat and I to see. But I wanted to share that story with you because it's very vivid in my mind. And I'm very thankful, for that experience, because that showed me there's many different beings here sharing the earth. And the sphere beings or the plasma beings, whatever you want to call them, are definitely one. And we saw them, and it was amazing. That's all I can say. But thanks for joining me on this Teepee Talks.
My lady Rose, won't you come out tonight? Wanna see you sparkle beneath that prairie moonlight. Wanna take